Woke up one morning, I was like, damn, they got me. Man, look at the shit I spoke about. Look at the shit I put in these people's ears. Man, I feel very wrong about a lot of things. How many lives I actually am responsible for when it comes to my music.
Rapper NBA YoungBoy is out of the Cache County Jail on a $100,000 bond. The 24-year-old, whose real name is Kentrell Galden, is facing dozens of charges accusing him of being involved in a large-scale prescription drug fraud ring.
Meantime, an arrest warrant issued for Baton Rouge rapper NBA YoungBoy after another arrest in Utah this week. A judge here responded by revoking his house arrest. He's accused of running a fraudulent prescription drug ring.
NBA YoungBoy is one of the most popular young stars in music, but is equally maligned for transgressions in his personal life, legal issues, and the content of his music. The 25-year-old spoke in a past interview about the negative impact his music has had on others. I was flooded with millions of dollars since the time I was 16, all the way to this point in my life. The Baton Rouge, Louisiana rapper told Billboard during a cover story interview, I woke up one morning and was like, damn, they got me. Look at the S I done spoke about. Look at the S I put in these people's ears. Man, I feel very wrong about a lot of things. How many lives am I actually responsible for when it comes to my music?
I actually want to get rid of all of these cars. I can't drive any of them. I think I'd rather just fill my garage with antique cars until I do get a little freedom.
The Nevada rapper continued his introspection, saying, how many kids and people have gotten a car or put this S in their ears and actually went and hurt someone? And now I'm sitting back like, damn, I can't do it all in one day. But I promise to clean whatever I can clean. But it's going to take time. Even without the chart-topping singles and alleged baby mamas, YoungBoy Never Broke Again knows how to make a headline. The superstar rapper is almost just as well known for his run-ins with the law as he is for his emotionally tormented music at this point. In fact, it's part of what kick-started his career in the first place. The rapper, born Kentrell Deshaun Galden, has amassed a diverse criminal record, which he has partially contested. With his alleged illicit conduct landing him in hot water more than once, the talented rapper seems to have lost the respect of the industry. But the big question is, why? You may have heard about NBA's recent arrests, but that affair, which will be covered shortly, is a blip on the radar compared to his arrest record. Starting in 2015, YoungBoy caught his first ever charge. This encounter with the law was the result of him having committed a robbery at only 15 years old. While some gangster rap artists can blur the lines between life and art with their alleged criminal activity, fans can draw a straight line between his first arrest and his introduction to rap. While jailed in Tallulah, Louisiana on this charge, YoungBoy put pen to paper and founded a rap career based off of his troubled life. These early musings would become the basis for what is now his well-known 2015 debut mixtape, Life Before Fame. Despite an acerbic persona potentially playing into the charges prosecutors pressed against him, YoungBoy spoke of the time during an interview with The Fader in humble terms, saying, I had been rapping, but I used to hide that S. He continued, I was scared, not for sure about myself, playing with my craft. After these 6 months of change and self-discovery, a criminal court judge opted in favor of NBA's release, allowing him to continue into young adulthood with his freedom intact. In perhaps the most on-the-nose metaphor for his life's troubled intersection of work and personal interests, YoungBoy was arrested at a concert at which he was scheduled to perform on November 28, 2016. The arrest in Austin, Texas arose over law enforcement's belief that YoungBoy wildly fired guns into a crowd via drive-by just weeks prior in Baton Rouge. The arrest occurred at an exceptionally unfortunate time for YoungBoy, who had just turned 17 and was thus eligible to be tried as an adult. It appears prosecutors were able to paint a vivid picture of possible punishments, enough to overcome YoungBoy's recalcitrant mindset, as he not only paid a post-conviction bail of $50,000, but also accepted a deal to plead guilty and comply with officers in exchange for a less severe prison sentence. Having been charged with 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder, YoungBoy got off with a steal of only 9 months behind bars and 3 years of probation. A slap on the wrist compared to the maximum of 40 years imprisonment he could have received under Texas state law. The prosecutorial reasoning is not fully known at a public scale, so it is undetermined if or how much NBA YoungBoy helped prosecutors by providing information on 2 of the other alleged shooters in the drive-by. Then comes February 2018. This is where it gets more divisive. While most teens might quiver at the possibility of facing a 40-year prison sentence, YoungBoy showed no displeasure in doubling down on his musical and criminal careers. His rap success mushroomed as he released more hit songs and successful projects, and even signed to media giant Atlantic Records. Despite the groundbreaking success of tracks like Untouchable, authorities appear to have remained unimpressed, as he was arrested on a fugitive warrant for having sought to evade arrest on charges of weapons possession, kidnapping, and assault. The latter two charges pertained in part to an incident recorded in a hotel hallway, which depicts YoungBoy physically abusing his girlfriend, Jenia Jackson, then dragging her into a hotel room. Nonetheless, the rapper only remained in jail for 1 month until he paid his $75,000 bond. Despite the event having transpired more than 2 years ago, the couple only split somewhat recently, with NBA having finally gotten a plea deal in December for simple battery family violence and an agreement to pay a $1,500 fine and complete an anger management course. Jackson took to social media when the video was first published, saying the two were only playing, but the public discourse on the matter remains divided. There was plenty of drama that happened between February 2018 and May 2019. But for now, we're sticking to what YoungBoy caught charges for. And for what it's worth, the reason he caught a charge was a doozy. It transpired quickly on the morning of May 13th, just outside the Trump International Beach Resort. YoungBoy was reportedly targeted by a shooter for reasons stemming from a beef with T. Grizzly. He was not harmed, but his then-girlfriend Kaylin Marie Long was shot. YoungBoy's bodyguard was also present and exchanged fire with his attacker. Stray bullets in the exchange traveled substantial distances and struck one 5-year-old boy who lived, as well as 43-year-old Mohammed Dradi, who died. The death of Dradi has not been publicly attributed to NBA alone, nor was his bodyguard charged, given that he was cleared as having acted in self-defense. But being involved in such a fatal occurrence was considered a violation of YoungBoy's probation. With this, he served a 3-month stint behind bars. After finishing his sentence, another judge showed considerable grace and ended his probation over the attempted homicide charges. NBA took this as a cue to do what anyone would probably do after an attempt on their life and leave the state. If anything, it may have seemed that the rapper was prospering in the absence of legal trouble, as his mixtape 38 Baby 2 and studio album Top both managed to top the Billboard charts upon their release a few years back. Still, he still finds himself in the headlines, especially after being arrested in a possible contraband sweep. NBA caught at least 3 drug and gun charges, reportedly including felony possession of drugs and possession of a stolen firearm. His arrest took place alongside 15 others after police responded to a call regarding individuals displaying firearms and recording a video. Baton Rouge police claim the suspects arrested were Never Broke Again gang members and Bottom Boy Gorillas members as well. At the scene, officers discovered numerous firearms, including an AK-47, in addition to hydrocodone, marijuana, digital scales, and Xanax. Furthermore, NBA YoungBoy alone was found to be in possession of $47,000 in cash at the time of the arrest. His lawyer was swift to take up a rigorous defense of his client, stating, "We still have the Second Amendment in the United States. The immediate detention of these black men was illegal in that it violated their constitutional rights. The subsequent searches conducted by law enforcement were also illegal. Even with the illegal searches that were conducted, no firearms or controlled dangerous substances were found on Mr. Galden's person or in his immediate control. Mr. Galden is innocent of the charges he was booked on last night and looks forward to defending himself as such." This past December, after reaching a complex global settlement with prosecutors in multiple jurisdictions, he resolved his last remaining criminal cases by pleading guilty to 1 count linked to his 2020 gun possession arrest in Louisiana and a separate count tied to a more recent gun charge filed in Utah. The rapper was sentenced on the spot to 23 months in federal prison, with credit for time served to date back to at least May, when he was taken into custody following a raid on his Utah home. The raid turned up a semi-automatic pistol in his bedroom and evidence pointing to his role in what prosecutors called a large-scale prescription drug fraud ring. Considering the rapper previously spent 7 months in custody on the Louisiana charge several years ago, he could be released much sooner than his sentence suggests, possibly even to a halfway house this year. Before the negotiated deal, he was facing possible maximums of 10 and 15 years on the dueling gun charges. In his plea agreement, NBA admitted he was a felon in possession of a Masterpiece Arms 9mm gun and a .45 caliber Glock Model 21 pistol when he was arrested filming a music video outside his grandfather's house in 2008 Baton Rouge on September 28, 2020. He further admitted he knowingly possessed the Sig Sauer 9mm semi-automatic pistol found in the Utah home where he was serving house arrest related to the pending Louisiana case. Officials raided the Utah home last April as they investigated the claim NBA was posing as a doctor to obtain prescription painkillers. He was slapped with dozens of charges alleging forgery, identity fraud, and unlawful conduct related to a pharmacy. He pleaded no contest to 10 charges in November and had the rest of the case dismissed, online court records show. As part of his plea deal in the federal case, a separate state prosecution involving the gun found during the raid was dismissed. Will he finally change for the better this time? Only time will tell. And that's it from us today. Until next time. Thank you for watching.